Hey, Rough Riders. This is Mademoiselle Mosley again. I hope everybody is doing wonderful tonight. I want to talk to my women and my men tonight. Which y'all can mix and match anything that I'm talking about according to whom you are and your situation. But I want us to seriously think about one to another for a minute. If you feel a real shift in your relationship, there is usually a foreign attachment. Yeah. That can cause you to become vexed in your spirit. See, when you're with someone, it's very important not to justify breaking that contract that you have with that person. See, I don't think people understand this. Sex is marriage. In the biblical days, in the biblical days that we read about, sex consummated the marriage. You know, they had their little ceremony or whatever, but they didn't have no certificate. It was later on down the line they started giving out divorce certificates or marriage certificates. But that was so when you have sex with someone, just say you're with one person and that is a marriage, a singular marriage. That is a man and a woman, or however you decide to do your thing. But I'm going to speak about a man and a woman. When you lay with that man and woman, when you lay with that man and man, you lay with that woman, you have sealed a contract. And then if you bring somebody else into it, you become an adulterer. That's what the word says. Now, if you bring somebody else into it, you're not just an adulterer, but now you become a fornicator. Because the woman that you're messing with that you brought in is not your wife. She's a part of the adultery. So anything outside of marriage is fornication. And you just keep going and going. You just constantly keep getting thinner and thinner in the aspect. Then it becomes some whole shit and some whoremonger stuff. I'm saying how y'all saying. Because I want y'all to understand. I want you to comprende. I don't want you to sit up here and not understand what I'm saying because I'm trying to be, look. I'm just telling you. I'm trying to help you out. You know, if you're going to be with somebody, be with someone. Not a whole bunch of someones. So you start contracting yourself out in contracts that are not, they're basically null and void. Even the marriage, now that you didn't do what you did, you didn't voided out that contract. So now you running around here a contractor that don't keep his word, her word. So, like I said, the foreign attachment can cause you to become vexed in your spirit. So, see, even if you have a sneaky link that you don't think you can be linked to, the spirit comes home with you. Yes, honey, that sneaky link that you got, that sneaky link that you think you can't be linked to, the spirit comes home with you. That's when the severance starts in the household. That woman and man or man is not in your house. So why is it now you and your woman is at odds? Because spiritually, your relationship has been severed according to the word of God. You are now become an adulterer. And if you sleep with more than one woman or man, you're no longer an adulterer. You become a fornicator. So you sleep with somebody else. So that spirit comes home with you because they become one. It says the man that becomes one with the whore. She come home with you. I guess she done sneaky linked you home with you. So everything, but in everything that is linked to her or him that you're messing with, that's why you start having dreams of someone you've never seen. You know, a lot of times women and men too that are spiritually connected, that really understand themselves and has really contracted themselves out spiritually to an individual, when there's another party involved, you can feel it. You maybe start having dreams because now it's a frequency thing. Now there's an interruption that is happening within a line that was not interrupted. You know, back in the day, when they used to be on the phone, we didn't have two-way, three-way. We didn't have all that. If you was on the phone talking for 3 hours, you get a busy signal. But then there was a way to dial a number, and you could call the operator, and you would tell the operator, "Look, I got an emergency call. Excuse me, guys. I have a emergency call. Could you interrupt this line?" And they would call. You couldn't hear. They would put you on hold, and they would call and say, um, "Is this so and so and so yet? I have a emergency call from Mademoiselle Mosley. Will you let go of the line?" And they could say yay or nay, and they'd be like, "Yes, I will." And so they would hang up, and you would be able to call. That's the same thing that happens in your relationship. The call that y'all own, the call that you chose, that God has given you to be with one woman and one man. If that's your thing, if this ain't your thing, that ain't your thing. But I'm talking about the main first plan before all the other stuff that I don't understand. And, you know, you interrupt your call when you invite other people into it. You can't even you can't even do the mission you were called to do, even if that's just have a good marriage. You haven't even done that. You done messed it up. But we all know that we can be redeemed, but don't take that for granted, that you can be redeemed to just keep on doing stuff. There's a price to pay for everything we do and everything we say. So anyway, so once that interruption happens and that person comes into whoever's life you're with, you start having dreams of someone you've never seen in the flesh. And like I said, when you're a faithful person, you can feel the interruption in your spirit, whether you have tangible proof or not. You don't have to have tangible proof. If you are truly connected with this individual, you know what's going on, and you might not even say a word to this to your the person you with. You just know it, and you just waiting for it to come into fruition, or you start to distance yourself because you understand what's going on, regardless to what faces that they're playing before you, so that you won't know what's going on. But I don't understand that. If you get married, just sit the hell down. If you don't want to be with one person, just stay single and run around and just blow yourself up if you want to. Just blow it up. But all of that, you with somebody and you doing, ooh, child, that is too much. But like I said, but when you're unfaithful, you're busy doing your own thing to notice if something's going wrong. You can't even notice that she noticing what you doing because you too busy trying to cover up the wrong that you doing. You don't even notice the stuff she doing. The unfaithful person just so busy trying to be normal, come in at the same time, do the same thing, because she already or he already knows what you do when you come in. They already know the tempo, and you know they waiting for you to be off tempo, and they watching to see if you gonna get out off tempo. That's too much, but that's what it is. So you too busy doing your own thing to start to even worry about anything going wrong. You too busy trying to camouflage your truth, which is a lie. You too busy trying to camouflage your truth. That is, see, that man or woman that you with, if they know that you are married, just like God had people out here doing His will, there's other people out there doing the other one's will. See, some people, some were contracted to break contracts. You think somebody just falling all in love with you and just, oh my God, girl, without you, I got to have you. Even though you with somebody, I got to have you. These people, you got to respect. These people were contracted to break the contracts. But the thing about a contract can't be broken unless one or both parties violate the stipulations. And that's in any contract that you make. The contract will actually be broken if one or both parties violate the stipulations of that contract. So all it needs is the husband, all it needs is the wife to violate the contract, and they can move in. They can move in and destroy the whole foundation. All it needs is one crack in the foundation to bring the whole entire house down. Think about that. If you mad at her, go somewhere until you ain't get mad. Shit, go to the Waffle House and get you some waffles and bacon and eggs or something. You know what I'm saying? Go watch a picture show or go to the movies, whatever you want to call it. Take a jog. Don't get with a broad. Don't get with a dude. Just think about what you really going through, because all it takes is one person or either both parties to violate the stipulations of the within the contract, and it tears down the whole foundation. So when you do that, when you break the contract, you have to submit to the idea of, I can be forgiven for a way that I purposely chose to be living. See, a lot of people do things and be like, oh, I know God will forgive me. Yeah, I believe that he would forgive you. But you still got to pay the price for how you living. Don't matter how much forgiveness he given. You done started the ball rolling. See, once you start sin, it has to finish. It said something in the Word of God is that, and forgive me, I'm going to ad-lib this. You don't really see the full effects of sin until it is full grown. And I'm going to say this, once sin is full grown, sometimes it'll make you cry and moan. Sometimes you'll find yourself all alone. Ain't nobody even calling you on the telephone, because mission is complete. Some people just wanted to get you all set. They just want to break your momentum. They wanted to tear down foundations that are built on great things over this one thing. Yes, God will forgive you, I believe. But you still got to pay the price for the life that you was living. So I hope that helped y'all. Y'all, let's love one to another. If we can't live peacefully together, maybe we should be apart, because that's a sign of a broken heart or a broken mind of some kind. And sometimes when people come into your life, they're already broken. You can't fix nobody that's broke. They have to fix them. They have to know themselves that they need to be fixed, and they have to do the work to fix what is broken, so that when they get with somebody, they won't have to worry about all those negative things being spoken. So I hope that helped y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, get it before it gets you. I'm out.